Good evening, gentlemen. I bet you never expected that title of this live stream. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. GOUT, I believe it's called. Kamasuki, good evening. Leo Malley, Neil Fleet, Den Tribalaki. Den Tribalaki, I'll put that comment on the screen. Den Tribalaki, even Eddie, next trip getting nearer, soon to be. Oh yeah, it's going to be here pretty soon. It's going to be here. It's going to be here. Nice to hear from you, Kamasuki. Eddie fleeing UK. So yeah, absolutely. It's less than a month ago, and I'll be on that flight. 4 months. 4 months of sun, sea, sand. Maybe a bit of How's Your Father thrown in. Culture, spicy food. Can't wait. It's coming soon. It's coming soon. Oh, I'll talk about this physical thing in a minute. Farang Travels, nice to hear from you. Love the sleazy music. I don't know what's happened, but I believe you can actually see that video when I play it, but I can't see it. I just see a black screen, but I'm glad you can see it anyway. Artie Westmoreland. Good evening, Eddie. 4 a.m. Artie's in Pattaya, Thailand. Anyway, can't sleep. Okay, never mind. Just wake up. You got a friendly Englishman, wearing his pajamas. I've actually been in these are my pajamas. I was wearing these last night, and I slept and I'll talk about it in a minute. John Hughes, nice to hear from you. Ben Ross. Looking forward to the entertaining late night live. I was actually in 2 minds I went to this. The reason I didn't do yesterday's one is because I had a bit of a heavy night Sunday, and I got up so late, and I hadn't really prepared myself. I think I might just start doing maybe just 2 live streams a week on this channel, maybe Tuesdays and Saturdays for now, because obviously this is the time now when my travel is getting closer than I realise, and it'll creep up very, very soon. And there are some other things that I need to be doing. But I think I'll just do 2 live streams, for the rest of October on this channel, and maybe the Thursday one on the other channel. Anyway, Kamasuki, good evening. Ian UK, hi, not long now. You packed your little rucksack? No, I'm taking a big shebang. Going away for 4 months. I'm taking my big 20-kilo behemoth suitcase. I don't know what the hell I fit into it, to be honest with you. I mean, I cram stuff in there when I'm going, but during the course of the journey, whenever I leave a hotel and have to, take a bus somewhere else, I can't seem to get that suitcase closed. And yet I don't really buy anything when I'm abroad. I don't know where it all comes from. I really, really don't. I haven't packed anything now. I know what I'm taking, but I will make a list this time. I will make a list. Last time, two things I forgot. I forgot my, and I don't mind admitting this, statins. I take statins 1 a day. For the cholesterol. I do take. I actually forgot them, and I had to buy some stuff while I was out there in Thailand, and also, I forgot my whatchamacallit. Well, I forgot the whatchamacallit, the Logitech webcam. I actually remembered it while I was on the flight. So anyway, I will make sure that I don't forget anything this time. Paul Harrison, good evening. Kipax, nice to hear from you there, Kipax. Donald Trump, the local president, is in the house. Kamasuki, shaved head. Do you know something? It doesn't take long, and it's no hassle to get the cutters out and do it. So I don't know why I don't do it more often. In fact, I'm thinking I might just actually take my little cutter, my little, but I can't remember the name of it. But it's bloody good for the 40 quid that I paid for it. I've had a lot of haircuts from it, and I don't want style. I just want the bloody thing off. So I might just take that with me. But I think if I do, I'll have to take the batteries out of it, because you can't put batteries in your suitcase. Anyway, Gaz says, "Hi Eddie, I'm back home today, and I went to Iceland and took a poo on the toilet in Iceland, and I pissed it." Okay, good to have you back, guys. Good to have you back. Really, really is. Ben Ross, oops, fresh haircut. Yeah, I feel all the better for it. I even had the shave as well. Well, one thing I might do if I because I'll tell you what I was gutted about today because this physical problem that I had today. I can't hardly move my leg, and it's very, very painful. First day in a long time that I've not done any of my exercises, and that is what I really, really felt bad about because I do it every day. The exercise bike, the speed walk, I do it every day, and I've been doing well on it. I have been doing really, really well on it. But obviously, I felt a little bit of a pain in my right knee last night, but it got a little bit worse, and then it got worse and worse. And then I woke up in the middle of the night, and I couldn't move my right leg. It was very, very painful to bend it. So getting in and out of bed, even when you get out of bed to go for the pee in the middle of the night, it was bloody awful. And it was very, very, even when I was lying down in bed with it, it was very, very painful. But I've had this before. It happens probably once every 6 months, something like that. And somebody did say to me, maybe it's a seasonal thing with the weather going a little bit colder. Now, I seem to have thought that before. That's happened before at the very, very same time of year. So maybe it is that. But whatever it is, my right leg has been painful today. I can't move it. So I've been hopping around the place like up along Cassidy. Kamasuki. You look 20 years younger, mate. Thanks for that. Okay, I do appreciate that. Thank you. What's this? Martin Blunsden, gout comes from rich food and booze. Yeah, well, I'm drinking less. This is the first one that I've had today. First one I've had today. So, I've had this before. Not just in cold weather. I once had it in Cambodia, a few years ago. I just inexplicably, my leg froze up and it was painful to me. I also had it when I was traveling through Vietnam. Where was I? Mooney, that town. I wanted to do things there, but all of a sudden my leg froze up. I just couldn't do anything. And sporadic, maybe once every 6 months, maybe even once a year, it happens. But it doesn't last very long. Usually it sorts itself out after a day or so. A couple of days at the most, but right now it's bloody painful. JJ, good evening, Barry from EastEnders. I hadn't chat, heading to San Diego today. Hope you're all good. Nice haircut, by the way. Okay, San Diego sounds lovely, mate. Have a good time. Enjoy yourself. That's what life's all about. Kipax, when did you get out of jail? I've been in prison all my bloody life, mate. I've never felt like a free man. Mickey Berkshire, Eddie, get on the Apolloni. Mickey Berkshire, Eddie, get on the Apple. Okay, whatever. Paul Harrison, you've had your holiday haircut, Ed. Well, I mean, I'm going away early next month, so it's possible. I might just give it another once over. Actually, like I say, I might just. It's only a small thing. I might just sneak that head trimmer, head cutter in me in my suitcase. Kipax, I've gout in my toe. I've had it for a few years now. I've had athlete's foot for bloody years, but gout. I think it is. This is the consensus. Whenever I explain to people the problem, they always say it's gout. Well, a neighbour to me yesterday, seen me hobbling and said, it could be seasonal adjustment. It does seem to be. That was the thought that went through my head, that once the temperature starts dropping a little bit, all strange kind of things happen. Another thing that happens when the colder weather comes in, you tend to find that you're peeing a lot more, because with the hotter weather, you tend to, soak it up, with the sweat. But that tends to be what happens. Lee James, Eddie, you look like a UFC fighter now. All trims up. I mean, right now I can hardly bloody move, mate. Kamasuki, I'm having a large famous grouse in your honour, Eddie. Cheers for that. Alistair Taylor, nice to hear from you. Yoz Travels, good evening, Yoz. How's it going? Okay, so this live stream, we'll just like skip through this. When I was in 2 minds about what to do this, because I was actually in a fair bit of pain earlier, and I thought to myself, if I'm in pain, then I'm not going to be totally compos mentis. You know what I mean? But we may as well get this out of the way. I think the way things are going to be going, I put a video out tonight on the other channel, and it seems to have got off to a good start. So the way things are going, I'll sort of ease down my YouTube activity for the next few months and come back with a bang early next month. Neil, Kwai Chang Kane. That was David Carradine in Kung Fu, wasn't it? Let's see, JJ. Anyone going to Poseidon in November? Book hotel quick. Many of the hotels are fully booked. Well, yeah. I mean, this is it. I mean, I have heard as you go towards Christmas. Yeah, you know, I mean, Christmas. I mean, I wouldn't turn up somewhere like the Tide or anywhere around about Christmas time without having pre-booked a hotel, because you know you're going to be in serious trouble, aren't you? You don't really left out on the street. So book them in advance. I've booked my hotels between Thailand and Cambodia all the way up to early January. I'll actually be spending Christmas I'll be spending Christmas in Cambodia. That's where I'll be. But yeah, I've got my hotels all booked up, and my hotels in Bangkok and Pattaya, very, very reasonable. Very pleased with it. Farang Travels, thank you for that super chat, Farang Travels. Cheers, mate. Cheers. Okay, where are we? Capo 17. Leo Malley, leave the gimbal at home, it never gets used anyway. I know. I mean, you know, it is quite big, that gimbal, and I took it last year, and I never really used it, and it is actually quite big, and you know, I don't really think I will use that. I don't actually know what I'm going to do with that, to be honest with you. David Martins, evening, Eddie, and hope you're all well. Almost, not quite. S Travels 4K. Good evening, Ed and everyone. I'm going to your favourite city in Italy this weekend, mate. My favourite city in Italy. Well, I like Rome and I like Venice, and Florence was pretty good. So which one are you talking about? If you go to Italy, your favourite city, I can't wait. S Travels 4K as a terrific YouTube channel where he does walking videos. He was in Manchester early this week, and he's also done Mallorca and Barcelona and another place. He does some great videos. My favorite city in Italy, if it's between Rome and Venice, I would love to say either of those ones. Really would. Tony Edwards, I'm flying up to Mexico in a couple of days. All of these reports on the news. Never supposed to news on. You know, we're in a terrible economic crisis. Everyone's skint, everyone's brassic, and yeah, it seems to be I've got the wealthiest bunch of people in my chat. Tony Edwards is flying up to Mexico. Everyone seems to be going on holiday. We're the elite in this channel here. We're the ones who are actually going on holiday. No one else is. Gaz77, just fill the trolley and run out with paying while dressed as a woman. There you go. You get such helpful stuff on this channel. AG, nice to hear from you. Sean Harris, evening, Ed. What's your earlier video? You're a great down-to-earth bloke. Don't change. Just keep what you do. Well, thanks for that, mate. Thanks for that. Well, I have actually. I must have kept going because I noticed at the end of that video, which was recorded at the end of April. In Costa Rica, I noticed I mentioned something about almost on 12 million views on that channel. Well, I'm actually almost on 13 million views on that channel. Not far off it. Anyway, so I managed to keep going like during, being here anyway. But thanks for that anyway, Sean. Let's see. Ichigo, nice to hear from you. Yogi Bear. Hi, Ed. Good evening. I see Angela Lansbury has died 5 days from her 97th birthday. On news at 9. Angela, in Murder, She Wrote, and she's probably in a lot of other things. Yeah, very, very likable actors. Very, very likable actors. Really one of those old character actors. So God bless her anyway. Charles Brown, hi Ed. That's a mean, clean, wicked haircut. It looks much better now. Now you can use less shampoo. Good fact. Well, there you go. See, it's a little economy tip. How to save money. Cut your hair, and then you use less shampoo. Because shampoo isn't cheap nowadays, not really. Kamasuki, yeah, DIY head shave is the way to go. Yeah, now that I'm used to using it, it's a doddle, really. I'll probably give it another once over before I get on the plane. Singapore, Dan, nice to hear from you. Yours Travels will be taking my medium-sized 15-kilogram luggage case and rucksack for the 7-week trip. Looking fresher, definitely take the trimmer in your hand luggage. It's allowed, as it's not in my hand luggage. Well, yeah, but it's got a battery though, hasn't it? It has a battery, you see, and you can take the you can take the battery in your hand luggage, but I'd still leave that. I'd take the battery out and I'd put the battery in my hand luggage with the other batteries that I have, and I'd leave the trimmer in my suitcase. So yeah, that'd be a good idea. Yeah, cheers, yours anyway. Neil, you're shouldering up at arm pain a few months ago. I'm at that age now. On my exercise routine, I'm doing really well, even if I say so. The amount of cycling on the exercise bike, the amount of walking I'm doing, I've cut my food and drink down a little bit, not a great deal, but I am, I am losing weight. I am firming up. I'm very, very pleased with the results. But what really, done me in today is because I couldn't exercise today. And I don't like not being able to do something if I set a target, So I got up today, and I struggled to get up, and I've done a few days, went back to bed again. It just really knocked me for six. This did. So I'm really got my heart set on the exercise routine, getting to results by the time I go away. Hopefully, I can get back on it pretty soon. Ben Fern K, howdy Eddie. From Florida. Okay, nice to hear from you, mate. Nice to hear from you. Philip Moville, it's the Maxine. Oh, we were told, weren't we, that if we have the Maxine, we get all kinds of strange bloody things are going to happen to us. Well, I've had 3 anyway. I'm not having a 4th one. Seamus Doherty. They're doing a bit of research in Morocco. Looks like a great country. Yeah, I mean, I always thought of Morocco, but I heard some bad reviews on that from Gabriel Traveller. I watched a couple of his videos, and he said the amount of harassment that you get, in Morocco is pretty appalling. And basically, Gabriel Traveller said that that the tourist board there really needs to want to do something about that. The amount of the harassment that you get from people trying to lead you into a scam or whatever. But don't let me put it off. I haven't been there, and to be honest with you, I have no plans to go there. But good for you anyway. Ben Fern K, you better get a checker before you go on your flight, just to be sure. Do you do that? Do you do that? I mean, do you do that? I've had checkups. Not so long ago, I had the checkup, and I know I'm fitter now than I was then because I'm exercised a lot more. Apart from this, I have been feeling a lot better recently. But you get a checkup before you go on a flight. Then you think to yourself, I don't want the results. I don't want them to tell me that I shouldn't be going. Whatever. Life's full of risk, mate. Let's see. Okay. Mazza, good evening. Good evening, Eddie. I broke up with my girlfriend yesterday. Felt terrible doing it and a bit down the dumps, but it's for the best. I'm sure you'll cheer me up on here tonight. Well, I'm pretty sure that I can't replace your girlfriend, but we'll try and do our best on here. I hope you feel a bit better now. Frank Travels, it's called old age. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I get bruises. Yeah, sometimes appearing on my body, even strange, but inexplicable bruises appearing. What the hell is that? When you get old, bruises come on. A lot of these things happen when you're asleep. You go to sleep perfectly well. You wake up the next morning, you got bloody aches, pains, and all kinds of things. I don't know how I do it. Let's see, Capo 17, rheumatics. Jeff Pot, 68, even Ed and fellow mongers, good evening. Gaz 77, I went to Portugal with 30 grand and came back with 54 grand. I wish I knew his secret, but then he probably looks very good dressed up as a woman. Simon and Siam, even until your latest video, Koh Samui looked great in April. Will you be venturing down that way on your next trip? But no, I don't think it will be. I don't think it will. It would be nice to see it because when I see it, it was not at its best. Even though like the weather was fantastic, if you actually go to the high street there, a lot of those bars and other businesses it all closed. Although there was still some of them that were open. But it had the effects of the lockdown there. But I did Koh Phangan, Koh Samui, and also Koh Tao earlier this year. So I don't think I'll be doing them this year. I think it'll be on this traveling one. I think we're going to other countries, to be honest with you. But thanks for asking anyway. Okay. Let's see. Sean Young. So have I a big toe left foot. I'm in bloody agony. You have my 70. Oh, well, I hope it's all right, mate. Anyway. Another one, Ben Ross. I have gout in the big toe. Annoyed and painful. Only Corson seems to help. Philip Over. See Dr. Drew Pensky YouTube channel. I think is that the one that I've been? I have heard that name. There's a couple of them out there. I have heard that name. Brian Street, gout is the worst pain I had at 25. Not had it since though. Okay, nice to hear from you, Brian. It's with me. I mean, honestly, every case of it that I've had has lasted probably 48 hours at the most. But it's bloody painful. I mean, when I was in Vietnam last time, I had it in that town, and I wanted to do things, and it seems to call leaving the hotel and limping around, and I managed to get a taxi into the town. And I got out of the taxi. I walked a few paces. I can't do this. I got another taxi right back to the hotel. Bloody awful, yeah, But it's I mean that's well, it happens. It happens. The thing is, I've only ever had it in one leg. If it happened in both legs, I'd be knackered, totally knackered. Kipax, me big toe, okay. Philip Moore, Poor Pies and Brandy, Alex Harvey. Did he do a song by that name? Brian Street, I thought my big toe was going to. Oh, everyone seems to be saying you get it in your big toe. In your big toe. Jeez, I haven't had to do with big toe. It's mainly it's me knee. I mean, that's the most worrying thing. I mean, the thing is, if your knees bloody go, you've got major problems. But I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be all right. Let's bloody nightmare. Gouthead, hope it clears up, pal. Yeah, okay, thanks. Paul Hoskin, what does gout feel like? Well, I have to think about that one. It feels like you're about 100 years old and you shouldn't be alive anymore. Bloody awful. Yours travels. 5 me stands. It's a Guasalam Quarter in San Diego. I stayed at the Hard Rock there, and it's the best area for restaurants and bars. San Diego sounds lovely. I wouldn't mind giving that a go. Pinball, good evening. Dutch Farang, good evening. This is an interesting one. Lewis C., are you going to do a live weigh-in on the last stream before you go away? No, because I haven't got a set of scales, but I'm glad you asked that. What I am going to do, I'm going to do a video when I arrive in Bangkok, maybe the first day in Bangkok before I get the gist of it, and I will weigh myself there. Because the last time I weighed myself was I think it was in Pattaya actually, just before I left, early May, and I topped the scales at a bloody obscene 16 stone 8. And 16 stone 8. So what I'm going to do is when I get into Bangkok, I'm going to stand on the scales then, and I'm hoping that I will have lost at least 2 stone, 2.5 stone at least. I'm hoping anyway. We'll see. But the thing is, when you're losing weight, when you're exercising and losing weight, it can sometimes be deceptive. You see, you can see yourself going smaller and tightening up and firming up and all that, and you think you've lost a significant amount of weight, and then you stand on the scales and you think, "What? I've only lost 1 pound. I thought I've lost about 10." It's deceptive, you see. So I will be doing a video about that when I arrive in Bangkok. Let's see now. Jackpot 68, laid up with the knacking virus. Oh, but was not the Rona. Oh, well, best of luck to you, mate. Back in the day, gout was only suffered by the well-to-do landowners. Why were they the ones who could afford alcohol, I suppose? Cats and good coffee. Good evening. El Terrifico. You fooled a lot of people who think you're in Thailand now. No, I did mention at the end of that video, and I did put it in the video description, that video was filmed in April. The reason I haven't uploaded that one, I've done another one, A Walk on the Beach. It's simply because I've never got around to it. Since you've been doing other things, never got around to it. Yours Travels booked all 7 weeks of hotels and condo for November and December. Booked 8 weeks ago, and they've all nearly doubled in price now. See, that'd be interesting. That, you know, if I flick through the hotels and everything that I booked, I booked the first 4 weeks in Thailand and the other 4 weeks in Cambodia, and that'll take me up until beginning of January. I haven't booked the rest yet, so I don't really know what's happening. But really, I'm glad that I've booked those because. Yeah, you're right. They do go up in price. You better get them there while the price is good. Chris B, I had pseudo gout last time I was in Thailand. Very painful and not related to gout, but the same symptoms. It's called CPPD, calcium crystals, usually on the knee. Well, that's where I've got it. Pseudo gout. Pseudo gout is that maybe that's what it is because that's where I've got it. And then it's bloody. I've actually been using my left leg, you know, to lift out my right leg. That's how bad it is. You know, because if I keep the right leg straight, then that's fine. So I keep my left foot under it to support it as I'm getting out of bed. But if I suddenly let that right leg drop and bend the knee, it's bloody painful. It is. Let's see. Thursday, Dino 1011, Thursday Night Live. I thought I lost a couple of days. Did I call it Thursday Night Live? I think I did, didn't I? It's Tuesday, isn't it? See, I told you I wasn't entirely with it. I told you I wasn't entirely with it. Oh, apologies, Matt. It's not Thursday. It's Tuesday night. See, I told you I'm not really with it. Oh, my God almighty. Glad you mentioned that. I'll change the title when I upload it to YouTube. Gaz77, I'll be booking my flight to Thailand this week. I'll be using my brother's card. I'm surprised he hasn't disowned you, but I know I would. No, just kidding. I like you, really. Dutch Farang, Napoli. And I've never been to Napoli. Never been there. Yeah, S4 Travels. I mean, what Italian city? I hope he's doing Venice. I mean, Venice would be wonderful if he did that one. Oh, Venice is nowhere like in the world. Oh, Rome. Rome's a magnificent city as well. Florence is a lovely city, but I don't think it's quite in the league of the other two places. Let's see. Paul Anderson, I'm back over in January for 3 weeks, and I've been to hotels for the whole time. Good for you, mate. Good for you know. I used to be one who just turn up in another country with nowhere to stay, but I don't do that anymore. I've tracked my luggage to the streets of bloody Colombia and Rio de Janeiro, and I wouldn't do that now. Definitely wouldn't do that anymore. Cats and good coffee. Let's see. Cats and good coffee. I booked my flight. Mad, is that Manchester? To Bangkok for November. I've not visited the land of smile scam since 2019. Look forward to it. Okay, well, good for you, mate. Good for you. Good for you. Ivan, flying out to Bangkok tomorrow. Can't wait. Then off to Cambodia. See, everyone else on the news, they've all got bloody problems except for us. We must be some like kind of elite little clique here. So we must know something that the others don't know. Jeffpot 68. Cancelled my holidays in December at work last night because the flights are just too expensive. Oh, I'm sorry to wear that, Jeffpot. I'm sorry to wear it. I mean, I was happy with the flight that I got, and it's a good airline. I've never heard anything. You know, I haven't had the dreaded email. Sorry, mate, we've had to cancel your flight. No, it seems really, really good and solid, and I'll be on that flight in about a month's time. and I can't wait. And I got it for £770, which includes about 60 quid for cancellation insurance, 770 return. And I'm very, very pleased with that. I mean, it's more expensive than what it would have been a couple of years ago, but still good. But sorry to hear that, Jeff Pat. Sorry to hear that. Kipax, boot everything in March. Good for you. David Coleman. Jesus, Eddie, what's up with the haircut? Well, if Jesus woke up and his hair was like this, yeah, I can imagine he'd have something to think about it. I would be meaning to do for it. When you get to a certain age, I mean, remember in the olden days when a guy starts getting a bit old and his hair starts thin and he starts getting paranoid about it. He starts getting bloody paranoid. Oh my God, I'm losing it. He tries to deny it. If anyone says to him like, "Are you losing a bit of hair?" No, just an optical illusion. No, I'm not losing it. Whereas nowadays, a lot of these young men, you see so many bald young men. Who cares? I mean, it's your body, your health. Who cares about the hair anymore? And besides, there's a lot of famous action heroes who have hair like that. Jason Statham. This is the Jason Statham cut. This is. That's what it is. Let's see. Mickey Berkshire. Ed, Alapirino fixes gout. So chat to your doc before you fly. Alapirino, somebody recommended something. I don't know if it was that one about gout, but I don't really. It just comes sporadically. It's not a permanent thing. It may come like once every 6 months or something like that. So it's not a permanent thing. And besides, I mean, if that's a tablet, I don't want to be taking too many tablets. I really, really don't. I don't like taking too many tablets. Not at all. Damon, good evening, Damon. Yeah, Damon's got a similar. He's got a good head as well. Even Mr. Ed, great haircut. You must be on your travels soon. I'll be on my travels in a month's time, and I can't wait. It's coming soon. Maybe actually it's a bit less than a month. So I'm really, really, really looking forward to it. So now I've got to start, doing things, getting things sorted and whatever. So I'll probably take it a little bit easier on YouTube. Nice to hear from you anyway, Damon. I hope you had a great holiday. Sean Harris, Ed, what in your opinion is a good submarine movie? A good submarine movie. I've got one there. I'll tell you what, since you mentioned that. Okay. Now there you go. What a question that. Sean Harris, what is in your opinion, is a good submarine movie? It's this one, which I bought out of a second-hand DVD store. There you go. It's that one there. U571, the #1 box office smash. Fantastic movie. Wonderful stuff. U571. Now, this movie. Just look at the bloody reviews that it's got on the back. There you go. Gripping, exorbitant, nail-biting from start to finish. High octane, terrific, a real cracker through. What it is about this, I think, what actors it is in? I think it's that Matthew McConaughey. The one he's got a strange look about it. Matthew McConaughey. But that is a terrific submarine movie. Because early on in the movie, it's kind of like reminds you a little bit of Officer and a Gentleman. They're all like with the white naval suits on it. It's sort of it's sort of like a bit of a slow starter. But what is amazing about this movie, bearing in mind it's about U-boats and the Americans are in their submarine and the Germans are trying to drop a bomb on them from above and all that, and you really, really do get the feeling that you are on this submarine. I mean, all the little crackling, the leaks in the submarine, it really, really is very, very authentic and very, very absorbing. It really, really does drag you in. And when they're dropping out, in fact, I've watched this twice. I've a good mind to watch it again tonight. Bloody, and who else is in? Even Matthew McConaughey, Bill Paxton, Harvey Keitel, and even, would you believe, John Bon Jovi makes a little teensy-weensy bit of an appearance in this movie. So that movie, that is a terrific movie. It really gives you a taste for battle, a taste for being in a submarine, what it's like when, you know, these bastards are dropping bombs on you from above. U571. Okay, there you go. Highly recommended. That highly recommended. Okay, there you go. Yeah. You will say I paid a bargain price. If you spotted that, I paid a bargain price. You know, for it from a local second-hand DVD shop. There you go. Okay. Kipax, do you shave downstairs? Actually, to be honest with you, once I lose a bit of weight and start firming up a bit, I keep saying this every year. But when I'm out in Thailand or Cambodia, I think I might just treat myself to a full, no holds barred, full frontal, head to toe body wax. I've never had one before, but I think I'll treat myself to one of those. I know there's a place in Phnom Penh where you can get it, you know, for a reasonable price. I don't know how painful it is. Has anyone ever had one of those? Was it really, really painful? You know, a back sack and crack and all that kind of stuff. I think I'll treat myself to one of them. Bottle baby. Hi, everybody. Minus 28 days. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Kipax. Make little Eddie look bigger. Look bigger. Okay. I must admit. Farang Travels, steady Eddie lads, what time you settle down with a nice Thai lady? Well, I don't know. I'm still a bit of a lad, really. I'm not really one for settling down. What the hell does settling down mean? I mean, what was I going to say? Yeah, we're talking about body wax. Now, as you know, I do like hair. I like women to be nice and hairy and womanly in all the right places. But there's good things and bad things about the modern the modern female, body. Well, tattoos, that's a bad thing. But they used to be nice and hairy in all the right womanly places. But sometimes you'll get a beard, and if she's nice, you can feel like the hairs on her legs. Whereas nowadays, you know, all of those, you notice this in the windows of Amsterdam. You know, all those lovely exotic ladies there. All their bodies are lovely and smooth and shiny. I mean, they all have the body wax and. You know, I mean, you know, it is it's actually very womanly that they're all shaved. But, you know, the body wax that they have, you know, it's really, really nice and appealing. David Coleman, they're even locking up the shampoo at the grocery stores now. Times are hard, mate. Bend over. Eat celery and fat fish oil instead of processed food. Booze. Okay. Eat celery. Eat some of that crunchy like carrots, like the bloody like the rabbits. Oh, I don't like that. Fat fish. I know oily fish is supposed to be. Funny enough, I have actually got fish. Frozen fish that I got from Asda last week, and I'm gonna find the right moment to have. I'm not a big fan of fish, but I'll give it a go anyway. Kipax, 20 days to go. Jesus God, we've got all the travelers in here. All the other people who you see on the news, all crying poverty, and all the guys in this chat here. We're all bloody traveling to Thailand. We must know something they don't know. Let's see. Paul Harrison. I was on that Chiang Beach in March 2020 when the antivirus and virus hit us. I nearly didn't make it home due to Thai Air cancelling my flight, which they still owe me for. Oh well. I think we all lost out during the pandemic, mate. I think we all lost a bit of money there. Paul Hoskin, his fish fingers good for gout. Not that I've heard of, mate. Not that I've heard. Yeah, McLaren F1 race. Okay, thank you. Eddie, love you, matey. Okay, thank you for that. I love you too. David Coleman. Eddie, you're not feeling well, mate. Well, I'm actually feeling okay, but it's the muscle aches. It's a bit of gout, you see. I mean, I went to bed last night with a bit of an ache in my knee, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and the whole bloody leg was just sort of frozen up. It's getting a little bit better now, and I've had it before, and in the past, it hasn't lasted more than 48 hours, really. So I'm just hoping it goes away and I can get back to exercising again, because that's something that I really, really missed today. Jen Silverlarky, Morocco is exactly that, Eddie. Great to see, but so much hassle there that drove me mad. I haven't been there, so I don't like commenting on places where I haven't been. But it didn't get a good review from Gabriel Traveller. I mean, he said like it's he said it's too much hassle from the people there, far more than in most places. I don't think I'd be put up with that. Cats and no coffee, Moroccan scamming people and being annoying. Strange. Eason, man, great to hear from you, mate. Let me just see any more. What do we call it in there? Yeah, let's get that in there. Okay. Eason, man, great to hear from you. If you've not travelled 2 or 3 years, don't forget to check the expiry date on your passport. Absolutely, because it's got to be. But by the time you come back for your travels, you've got to have at least 6 months on your passport. Yeah, absolutely. My passport runs out, in about a year's time. So I think I'm doing all right. Absolutely. Let's see. David Coleman, I'm not getting any more jabs. I really think my arthritis is bad now because of them. Okay. Kamasuki one. Best have a few beers or whiskies before you get on your flight, Eddie. A few beers. Do you know something? I have never, ever, ever. When I'm doing a long haul flight, I've never felt physically good before I get on a flight. By arriving at the airport. I mean, what it is. The previous night, I'll have a few drinks with some friends and whatever. And I'm probably too much, and then I'll set the alarm for the morning to get up and sort things out. And then I get on the coach to Heathrow Airport. And by the time I arrive at the airport, I never, ever, ever feel physically good. Never feel physically good. I remember once I got on an early morning coach, and it was one going around the coast road. It was all wide and all, and everything. And this is more than once, but I was on that coach in the morning time, and I still had alcohol from the previous night. And the coach was going on the bench. I thought, oh no, I'm gonna throw. And you always think you're gonna disgrace yourself by throwing up. And the coach is going around all these coastal areas and changing and bending and shaking and everything. And I thought, oh no, any moment now I'm going to throw up. And then a few seconds later, I heard from a guy like further up the coach. I don't know if you ever found this, but when you are on public transport, if you think that you were going to be sick, somehow when someone else beats you to it and they're sick, somehow it cures you. It makes you think, well, all right, I'm not worried now. I'm not worried, because if I do throw up or disgrace myself, well, someone else has already done it. I had the same thing on that the hydrofoil thing from Koh Tao to Koh Phangan in the bad weather. It was like whatever. And the guy was passing out sick bags, and I felt a bit queasy, but then when I seen other people being sick, it's kind of cured me. So how do we get on that conversation? Gas 77. My brother left his wallet at mine when he dropped me off this morning, so I'll be booking a flight to Thailand with it. Oh, your brother must love you. Super Stephen, I had he went to Thailand. I'm not actually there now. I will be there next month. Paul Hoskin, as you get older, you suffer from aches and pains. I wake up now really stiff. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Good for you. At least you can do it in your sleep anyway. Okay. I am still went to Tunisia on holiday years ago. I was flashing V's out of the plane. Windows had took off. Hated the people in the place. Oh well. Well, I haven't been to Tunisia. Tunisia. Yeah, some of those places are bloody awful. Some of those Middle Eastern places are quite notorious, really for scammers and people harassing. I don't think I'd like that. Lisa Dale. Oh, nice to hear you back, Lisa Dale. Hello, all you twisted sex tourists. Nice to hear from you, Lisa. How's it going? How's your big Gambian, how's your big Gambian lover doing anyway? Nice to hear from you, Lisa. Is that all you've got to say? Hello, all you twisted. Well, hello to you as well, Lisa. I'll tell you what, your friend, I won't mention it, your friend commented on one of my videos yesterday, Lisa. What did she say now? What did she say? Let me see. Yeah, well, your friend made a comment on one of my videos, the one about of Thai girls gone down, Thai bar girls gone downhill. Now this lady, and she's got a face like yours, sort of angelic, you could say. This lady commented about my video, the one which I made a week or so ago, a couple of weeks ago, about Thai bar girls going downhill, and her comment was, "Let me see if I have this straight. An older, overweight foreigner is saying unkind things about women who are basically reduced to selling their time and their bodies to eke out a basic survival wage and then posting it on YouTube and acting like he's performing a public service and just looking out for other older men who also, for whatever reason, are unable to find age-appropriate women in their home country." Okay, got it. Carry on. And in brackets, she put, "I wish the comment section had the sarcasm font." Well, I don't think you're being sarcastic. I won't give a name out anyway, but it's in the comments section. You're entitled to your comment. Was that you, Lisa? Was that you under another name who posted that one anyway? She probably goes knocking off Gambian gigolos as well. I don't care. I wish someone like that would actually come on the show so we could, we could bring them on and hear what they've got to say. Anyway, Paul Harrison, I both flu and Movid jabs together 2 Saturday. Oh, bloody awful. One at once is bad enough. McLaren F1 race. All of my son's mother's side are the effing Movid. He's living with me at the moment. Don't want him getting the oh Jesus, oh my God almighty. Good luck to you anyway. Good luck to you. JJ, is there anything you have to do different when flying to Thailand now since 2019? Just want to make sure I haven't missed anything. 3 jabs, med insurance. Do I need anything? Well, you need your travel insurance, and 3 jabs. It would be. I don't know if you need just 2, but if you got 3, I think you should be all right. Anything else? Well, you don't need that dreaded Thailand pass anymore. And if you're going to Thailand, if you arrive at Bangkok, instead of getting the 30-day, tourist fees or tourist exempt, you'll now get it for 45 days. So they're trying to placate the tourists anyway. So they're trying to placate the tourists. So anyway, Johnny B, good to see you, Stead. You look very trim, pal. I'm very interested in seeing how Thailand, Cambodia is now the pandemic is ended. Zakynthos is lovely, by the way. Yeah, Johnny's in the Greek island of Zakynthos, which is lovely this time of year. So hope you're having a great time, Johnny. And I'll be interested to see how Thailand and Cambodia are, especially Cambodia, because it's been a while since I've been there. Mazza, I'm really happy with my new exercise bike here. Still yet to try it though. Well, I bought my exercise bike, a few years ago, and I used it for a bit, and then it was lying there dormant. You need to psych yourself up to it. I mean, I got to about 5 or 6 weeks ago, and I thought, I've got to really, really, really get in shape now. I've left it too long. So I started using the exercise bike. I thought, there's no reason that I can't use it for half an hour a day. Well, now I'm using it for the best part of 2 hours a day, except for today, of course, because I had a physical problem. But yeah, it does just drag your exercise bike in front of your favorite YouTube videos, and it works wonders. You know, if you're interested in what you're seeing on the TV, then time just passes. David Coleman, Eddie, all the drinking does not help. Lay off the stuff a bit. I have actually laid off the stuff a little bit. I'm not drinking of a daytime. No. Let's say I have a nice little life's boring. I mean, I don't smoke. I don't do any naughty substances or nothing like that. You know, you got to have something in your life. Yours travels. I'm really looking for to Koh Tao, staying in Sharks Bay in Samui. Hopefully, it's nice and dry in December. It's only doing 4 nights on each island and 2 nights on PP, as it's so small. That's terrific. That's terrific. Koh Tao, Sharks Bay, in Samui, and all lovely islands. I've been to all 3 of them, and they're all beautiful, beautiful islands. I love islands myself, absolutely. So good for you, anyway, yours. Let's see. Dutch Farang, to say it in a nice way, shut up and walk on. I told him Dutch Farang talk to me. There's someone else in the chat that he's having a little bit of a disagreement with there. Anyway, we're going to carry on with it. Carry on with it, guys. Flores, okay. Nice to hear from you, Flores. Eddie, my man, good evening. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do a little teensy-weensy bit of a big question now. Now, I was in 2 minds about whether I could do this stream tonight because I'm not fully with it. And I'm so not fully with it. I actually put that this is Thursday Night Live and it's Tuesday. That's how much not with it I am right now. But I'm going to do a big question pretty soon, something that might interest people. I mean, because it's Tuesday night, what the hell else has happened? There's 150 people in the chat. Okay, I'm well behind. I am well behind with the chat, so apologies. AG, I wouldn't take the Terminator. Too much messed about with batteries and just something else you lose. Just get one of those lovely ladies to do when you're up close and personal. Yeah, there's a few vloggers have made a video with that side bit, the one with the big knockers, and they did really well. They got a lot of good views out of it. I wouldn't say no. Yeah, Damon. Ed, what's the plans in your travel? Enjoy yourself. I'm looking forward to seeing your updates. Well, the plans are to do the place that I didn't manage to do early this year. Early this year. When I was in Thailand. Now, early this year, I didn't plan on staying in Thailand for the whole 4 months. I wanted to go to Cambodia, but they cancelled me flight. And also, I wasn't able to travel to other countries because crossing borders meant more PCR testing, all that kind of stuff. And I just thought it was safer to just stay in Thailand. I managed to get through those travels without having to stay in any quarantine hotel or any of that rubbish. So on this one, I'll be doing Thailand, Cambodia. I'll probably only be doing Bangkok and Pattaya in Thailand. I don't think I'll be doing any other places. But in Cambodia, possibly Vietnam again, possibly Laos. We'll see. We'll see. Let me see. Paul Hoskin, how many people try to stand on the scales as lightly as they can? Well, Lisa Dale does. Lisa Dale. Lisa Dale. Nothing like as much as you do with your Gambian bloody frankfurters up your fanny or whatever. Kipax, I just downloaded both for taxis in Thailand. Seems to, yeah, they are cheap. They are cheap, but they're also a little bit hit and miss. They are. They can be. Sometimes they just don't bloody turn up, or sometimes they just pick somebody else up. I mean, the thing is, you get a Bolt taxi on your app and you say, "Hey, you're 5 minutes away." Well, that's good. And then it says 10 minutes away. Why is that? Because he's stuck in traffic. He doesn't want the job. Somebody else's. And then you think it's going from 5 minutes to 10 minutes, then it goes down to about 7 minutes, and then it goes back up to about 12 minutes. What the hell's happening here? They're a bit hit and miss, those things. Let's see, Johnny B. I've been to Chiang Mai in your latest video. Very nice, to be very quiet. Not for me. You have gout. I believe it's gout. Basically, my right leg froze up, and hopefully it will. It seems to be. It seems to be a little. It seems to be a little bit better now, but I just hope it's improved because I want to get back into the exercising. Really, I really need to get back in the exercising. MH, is the Robert De Niro Taxi Driver film character based on you? You're talking to me? You're talking to me? Well, there's nobody else here. No, it's not based on me. I wish I looked like Robert De Niro. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I still think that's Scorsese's best movie ever. Bottle Baby. I'm still laughing about my booking I made in May, which 3 days later, double. Crying now, we'll book again in March. Okay. Sorry, I'm well behind with the chat here. We're talking about submarine movies. Capo 17, Das Boot. Yeah, I know a lot of people like that movie. I don't know if I've ever sat right the way through that film. I don't know if it's, Alistair Taylor says Hunt for Red October. Ion Till says Das Boot. Well, I can't remember actually, I have probably seen those movies, but that was years ago. But U571 is bloody good, well worth a look. Yogi Bear, Ed, 750 quid for 4 months is nothing really. And the length of time, 1 beer per day, less saves you that in 4 months. Okay. So one thing I will be doing when I'm starting traveling, I will be conscious of the food because if I lose the weight and get firmed up, I don't want to put it back on again. And one thing that Heineken, I like Heineken when I'm out there. But Heineken is actually that's one of the higher calorie beers, that is. So I'll try and substitute that for something else. Okay, where am I now? Lewis C. Das Boot, German sub movie. Okay. Kipax, boat was cheaper than Grab in May. Could have changed now, but boat works fine. David Coleman, Eddie, how many days will you stay in Bangkok? I'm booked for 6 days. Bangkok's a great city. I mean, it really, really grows on you over the years. It's 6 days, or 6 nights. Plenty of things to do. There'll be plenty of things to do. So as long as I can make plenty of videos that are interesting, I'll be happy with that. Hey, Jay, don't go mad when over there, Ed. You've done the habit. Just keep going. You talk about when you're over there, Ed. You've done the habit. Now just keep it going now when you get back. Okay. Dan Travelaki, most of my hair departed a long time ago, Eddie, with the 2-minute hair shave makes life so much easier, and the Poutine Thai never seems to complain. Okay. David Coleman, Great Lady Down is also a great movie. I think you mean Grey Lady Down. That's after Charlton Heston. That was Charlton Heston. Yogi Bear would rather be in a soapy playing up Periscope. Yeah, I like the sound of that one. I like the sound of that. Okay, so Spitz Energy, nice to hear from you, Spitz Energy. Crimson Tide was good. Okay, yeah, Crimson Tide. I don't think I've seen that one. Funnily enough, but I've heard I have heard of that one. Nice to hear from you anyway. Simon and Siam, back, sack, and crack out. Did the back, then told them to stop. Like, really? I mean, they were actually doing that. Said, no, I can't take any more. I was thinking about that. I mean, I've heard so many people saying, oh, it's bloody painful. I've never had one. I mean, I've never had a full, body wash, but I'm very, very hairy, Jesus Christ, hair's all over the place. And the back and everything. So, I don't know. I mean, I'll give it a go. Anyway. Paul Hoskin, if we're making a video, what did you get worse? Really? I mean, I can imagine the bloody sound effects would frighten people. Ah! 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 Oh my! I have to put an exit certificate on that one. I on Tilt, the imitation game. I think I've seen that one. I can't remember what that's all about. Let's see. David Coleman, I love the Kojaks. They're so clean. I'm a big fan of going down on the submarine. Okay, we're going to do a little teensy weensy bit. Max, Mazza, I had my back waxed twice. An ex-girlfriend did it and hardly felt a thing. Went to a proper waxing shop and it was quite painful. We'll try it again though. Okay. It would be nice to have a smooth body, like something different. Yourselves, I have no tattoos, but I love tattoos and a sexy lady. Tell me that November and December is going to be really busy. Well, I mean, you just look at the amount of people here that are going out there. I think it could be a surprise. Well, we'll see anyway. Only time will tell. Mickey Barks, yeah, case packed and flying Bangkok on Friday. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Mark Hughes, nice to hear from you, Mark. Flying tomorrow from Heathrow. BA cancel my. Oh, I think they're terrible for cancelling flights, aren't they? BA, they're sort of like there's I don't know, they're quite notorious for cancelling flights. What's the other one? This short haul one that's always cancels flights. BA cancelled my flight last February, so I made the reboot with Thai Air at a cost of $554. Looked on Skyscanner yesterday, an identical flight I'm on is now 1,705. Yeah, well, got to get in there early, haven't you? Good for you, mate. Anyway, good for you. Dino, 40 days to go. Okay, good for you, mate. Let's see. Easter, man. I shaved my chest once, and when the hair grew back, it itches till I got to a certain length. Now I just trim it. Okay, okay. Lewis C. Okay, 32 days to go. Good for you. Bugsy 61. Just watch your Chiwang video. I noticed you were on live. Thursday night live on a Tuesday. Yeah, I'm not fully compass mentis. I've got gout, or I mean, I'm sure that's what it is. And I was in two minds about whether to do this stream. I'm not fully with it. So yeah, it's been putting out. Nice to hear from you anyway, Bugsy. Nice to hear from you. Paul Harrison, worst place I've ever had to hassle was Egypt. It was horrendous so much I wouldn't go back there. I've heard a few people saying that. Who's that? Jeff Pot 68. More Jeff Rake, please. Okay, we'll see what we can do anyway. We'll see what we can do. Bit of a minority interest, that sort of thing, but I'm glad you enjoyed it anyway. Yourself has been to Egypt 6 times. Yes, they hassle you, but you get the hang of handling them. First timers hate it. I felt that way in Cuba, really. In Cuba, as soon as you step out the door, as soon as you step out the door, these Cubans are following you. Hi, my friend, where do you? Oh, I just got fed up with the street. These bloody strangers coming up to you in the street. Hi, my friend, where are you from? But I think the worst place, the thing that I really didn't like being hassled was Istanbul. Istanbul. I mean, the Turkish people are really, really good in other parts, but there's some slide bastards there, and they hang around the tourist site, and they've got the intention of leading you into a tourist trap. And what they said in Cuba, one thing I did notice is that these, these scammers, these ones who trying to pester you for money, they tend to hang around the tourist sites. I was walking around Havana once, and I walked down the street, and down a side street, there was a beautiful big mural of Che Guevara, and I thought, oh, that'd be great. That would be wonderful. I want to photograph that. So I started heading down there, and I noticed there was this Cuban fella just eyeing me up there. He was hanging around the mural because he knew some unsuspecting tourist is going to come along there and want to photograph that, and then he'd pounce on them. So I thought I'd give it a miss. Let's see. S Towers, okay. Try getting yourself a bit of CBD oil from Senti seeds. It's good for overall health. I take it especially before I keep my flight. It keeps my anxiety at bay. Okay, fine. All right. Thanks for that recommendation anyway. Cats and good coffee. Is any of you flying to Thailand in business class, or are we all cheap Charlies? I think flying to Thailand in economy does not make you a cheap Charlie. I mean, the fact that you can go to Thailand means you're not a cheap Charlie, but business class, I wouldn't do that. Even if I felt I could afford it, I wouldn't do it. You know, because why pay thousands more with all that money? I mean, you know, I just want, I mean, the thing about business class, it can't get you there any quicker, can it? Ligan, somewhere on YouTube, there's a video on how to perform a Brazilian body wax, bikini wax, and what looks like a fantastic model. Didn't show her face, very up close. Couldn't believe it was on. Oh, yeah. YouTube will show stuff like that if it's educational. I mean, if I put, you know, if it's not educational, they're very, very prudish, but they will show stuff like that if it's for educational purposes. Sean Harris. Eddie, have you been to Southport? I wonder if the old roller coaster's still there. What's your thoughts on theme parks and roller coasters? Well, they're not really for me. I mean, I think I went on a roller coaster once, and it was good fun, but not really for me. But I actually went to Southport when I was a kid, when they had the Hells Angels and Skinheads fighting each other and all that kind of stuff. I remember it well. Dan, you have gout. That's excess uric acid, which crystallizes on the joints. You need allopurinol. Cherry juice is also good. Okay, thank you. David Coleman, I hope you do not get a big fat woman sitting beside you, Eddie. Oh, don't say that. Lisa Dale's watching. She'll book the next bloody seat. Richard Palabok, wouldn't surprise me if Lisa Dale can be in love with us. Is actually Lisa Dale. I think they probably maybe Lisa suffers from the Norman Bates syndrome. She's probably got her old mother, you know, stuck in the bloody fruit cellar. Wouldn't surprise me. David Coleman, Eddie, you really need to have a wonger on your live stream. I'd love one. That'd be funny. That'd be a good laugh. That would. Eastern man, a lot of black and yellow lookalike TT exchange boobs have popped up. Lookalike, and I think what Eastern man pointed out is that a lot of them don't actually have the exchange rate on the outside, and it looks very, very suspicious. That does. Eastern man, a lot of black and yellow lookalike TT exchange boobs have popped up in Pattaya. One guy said he got two Thai baht less for the dollar than he would have at a TT boob. Black and yellow, yeah. Okay, we'll have to see about that. Well, you know, have to see what the script is there. Mark Woods had gout a year ago. Now every morning I put a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar in a glass of water. Apple cider vinegar. That's it. Also cut out most of the sugar. I've not had it since. Well, yeah, but do you drink? Let's see. John Mitz, nice to hear from you, John. Are you going to get the anti-artist job before you had that? Well, I've had three. I had the two and the booster, so I've had three. I haven't had any this year, so no, I don't think I will. They're not demanding it. Nice to hear from you anyway. David Coleman, Nina, the Thailand one with the really big knockers. She is so funny. 47 years old. Oh, yeah, whatever. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I think it's time for squeaky door time. Back in a moment. Oh. Oh, oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, oh, I have to be bloody careful. I have to be bloody careful. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, cats and good coffee. Traveller news. Japan opens borders as tourists on last pandemic travel restrictions eased. Okay, well, that's good. I never made it to Japan. I'd love to see it. I would like to see it. Well, when the time is right. Well, they have a different climate to other places, so they'd probably be cold in our winter, wouldn't they? Okay, so we'll just go a bit. Okay, so let's do a teensy weensy. Let's do a little bit of a big question. I mean, this is Tuesday night. I know, like I put Thursday night live and all of that. That's because I'm not fully with it. I have got a bit of gout. I'm so gutted today because, like I say, every day, 7 days a week, I've been doing my exercise routine, and today I couldn't do it. Tomorrow I probably won't be able to do it then either. But I really, because I was doing so well with my exercise routine, and to be able to not do it, I'm hoping to, I'm hoping to get back on the exercise bike and me speed walks again pretty soon. So it may take a couple of days. So anyway, let's talk about the big question. Okay, the big question, right? So where am I now? Okay. Now this is something. This is totally off topic. It's not travel related. But I was watching a couple of documentaries yesterday. Reading a little bit, and about things like TikTok and also Facebook. Now I use Facebook because I know it's a pile of crap, but it does have its uses. It does have its uses, and it's useful for messaging people. And I know it's all corny, and people on Facebook, they put pictures of the dinner and they put pictures of the pussy cat and get a cute cat and all this kind of stuff. I know it's corny as hell, and people come out, from bloody 30 or 40 years from the past. I remember. I don't want you to remember me. Yeah, I remember you like 40 odd years, and I don't want you to remember me. Go away. People like that, come along. So Facebook is a pile of crap, but it's got its uses. TikTok, that's something I've never, ever, ever used. But I was watching a couple of documentaries yesterday on it, and so I've heard negative things about TikTok and about what they're trying to do. It's Chinese, and it's becoming extremely popular. And also Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg doesn't have the best reputation in this day and age. I mean, it's probably a brilliant mind to be able to create something like that. Although there's some dubious things about where he got the idea from, and all of that. But the ultimate aim is about control and about these apps, about controlling our lives. So the question is, there you go. So what do you think about all of this? Probably not the most intelligent way of putting it, but I'll give it a go anyway. We can talk about it. Are apps trying to take over our lives? Because some people suspect TikTok, which is Chinese, and to be a bit insidious, and Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, I'm sure like he wants some kind of a science fiction sort of world where he controls just about everything. That's the way it looks to me. So what do you think anyway? Who's this? David Coleman. Paul, I clean my phone almost all the time. Dutch Ferran, the phone more dirty than the 100 baht 5 a.m. Beach Road Bum. Okay, okay. So this documentary I've seen about TikTok, it's very, very sinister. How it's gathering this information about us, this data. It's gathering about people, and the word is, some people actually believe that TikTok can gather so much information about people that it could actually choose the next bloody prime minister or the next president eventually, because it knows so much about us. And also Facebook. Also Facebook, like I say, but some people think it's a really, really sinister force. I mean, they know so much about you. What do you think, anyway? Capo 17. Yes, when you were given no choice. S travels for okay. It already has for most, especially the younger generation. Just Ferran, TikTok is very good for shortening your concentration span. And we don't any of that. Don't any of that. Den Travelaki, apps want to guide you their way, not so much control, but they make money from information. Absolutely. I mean, Facebook, that's the one that I do know. The amount of info, they must have information about you, but they pass it on to other people. I mean, I've had people like, messaging me from donkey's years in the past. Ah, there you are. There you are. And I didn't invite you. I didn't invite you to know all about me. Facebook, they took liberty and they gave my information to other people. Category Coffee, dating apps and websites offer so many options to Western women that they're just spoiled, and the West is F because of that. Okay, McLaren F1 race, we have choice to what we want out in cyber. Well, we have choices of what we want out in cyber. Well, I wouldn't go on that TikTok simply because it looks to me like, from what I've seen, it's more for teenagers. And I don't know what benefit it is, but I've heard that TikTok is, it's targeting the youthful generation, and it's going to be absolutely huge. I mean, it may be one of the biggest platforms out there. Nick Ross, Cambridge Analytica did the same thing. Nice to hear from you, Nick. Anyway, nice to hear from you. Lewis C, I follow some hot chicks on TikTok. Don't care if the Chinese know this. And Casper the dog. There's some hot chicks and Casper the dog. Let's say probably the Chinese, follow Casper the dog. He's tasty. Kipax, how many ties are glued to their phone? Well, they're glued to the phone all the time. I mean, whenever I've driven it out, bearing in mind, I'm late, a late starter to all the technology, especially mobile phones. I drive around town, and I pass people, and all these people at bus stops or whatever they are, they're looking at the phone. I think, what the hell are they looking at? Well, just what are they looking at on the phone? And yet, really, to be perfectly honest with you, now that I have a smartphone, sometimes even when I'm in company of other people, I do tend to find myself doing the same thing myself. They are a bit addictive. Until PayPal is just trying to find people $2,500 for having views they don't agree with. That's that is bloody. That sounds like fake news. I mean, you couldn't make that up, could you? I mean, what the hell's PayPal? I thought it was just, sending money to people. Is it something else other than that? Let's see. Richard Palawak. Personally, social media and these apps are the worst things to be created in the 21st century. Well, the recommendation that last video was like, don't use TikTok because the Chinese are finding a way of overtaking the world, controlling all our people, and finding out just about everything there really, really is to know about you. And some people believe Mark Zuckerberg's doing the same thing. Anton Leville, I got off Facebook 4 years ago. So glad that I'm free of all the BS that comes with it. Dino, the big money is in data collecting. Yeah, really? Paul Hoskin, has anyone gone to a school reunion? Not me, mate. Definitely not me. I am Tilt. I had TikTok app for 3 days. Thought it was just serving up mind-numbing rubbish. Well, from what I've seen of it, that's the way it looks to me. But then teenagers see it in a different way. They probably see it in a different way. I mean, on YouTube now, you've got this Shorts app, And I made a couple of ill-fated attempts at doing shorts. Didn't work out, but apparently, if you know what you're doing, it can be pretty good. But that's the way it looks to me. I mean, TikToks are all, well, how short are their videos or how long are their videos? I until then deleted the app. I mean, these people know all about. I mean, society knows all about you, doesn't it? I mean, if I go for a pay in my local town, I have to use a credit card, to tap, and then it pays on my credit card statement. It comes across as wellness or something. 30 pence for a pay out of my credit card. Now, if I was to use that, as often as ever pay, I'm sure someone in the credit card company will be giggling. Oh, this guy must have a weak bladder, Tampa Guy, the social media apps make money by gathering data and selling that data. Google something, you'll get add to that search. Yeah, absolutely. McLaren F1 race. My birthday and where I live and what I have for tea tonight is pretty bad. Yeah, I think on Facebook. I mean, I think we've all. I've probably posted a little bit of garbage there. I think one of the reasons that you post. You post a bit of garbage is simply because you haven't posted anything for a while, and you just want people to know that you're still there, really. Yogi Bear, Ed, I don't do anything on a phone, so they won't rule me. Phones are for making calls. Good for you. Yeah, I mean, whatever happens to phone calls. I mean, the thing is, if I want to make a video, I use my laptop or whatever, or my camera. But the thing is, though, when it is quite amazing what you can do. When I was in Romania, because I was traveling light, I didn't take my laptop with me, and I managed to shoot it, make videos on my phone, and then edit them on the phone and upload them to YouTube on my phone. So it is pretty amazing what they can do. Technology is amazing. Capo 17, we are forced to use certain government apps or buying tickets for transport, concerts, etc. I know there seems to be bloody apps for everything, doesn't it? And also, my bank, says, to make things easier, download the app, and everything's download the app. And the thing is, that when they ask you for passwords, I can't remember passwords. I mean, there's too many of them. Nick Ross, the mobile phone is a very dangerous thing. It's all about people and controlling their minds. Yeah. Okay. David Conway is stupid in the West. The CCP is using us. Okay. Paul Scarth. Nice to hear from you. Even the fellas, I've cracked it. Make no one. Paul Scott, even I've cracked it. Make no wonder we never knew Eddie's job. He's a time traveler. I've just seen him on a beach and now he's back home. It's apparently Thursday. Great Scott. Nice to hear from you, mate. Nice to hear. As soon as I upload this video to YouTube, I'll change that title. Apologies for that. Cats and good coffee. I find curious how in Thailand, some chicks, if they want to contact you, instead of giving you a call, they video call you. So I've just got to move my leg a teensy-weensy little bit. Oh, that knee is quite painful. They video call you. Okay, well, that's okay. But I've never actually video called anyone on a mobile phone. I don't know if I've ever done that. I've never video called anyone on a mobile phone. But I think, yeah, they can do that, yeah. It's amazing what technology can do. Michael Gianneas, nice to hear from you. No, apps come in and out of favour. Facebook already not used by the millennials. I've worked in IT for 40 years, seen a big change in how it has changed communications. End of the day, you stop using. Yeah, absolutely. Well, what did Facebook replace? There was something called MySpace. Come over to MySpace or whatever the hell it was called. And I caught onto these things quite late. And when I first seen on Facebook, when I joined it, and I've seen people posting pictures of the dinner or their pussycats. I'm not going to be wrong, I like pussycats, but when they just posted, but this is what my pussycat done today. Yeah, I don't really need to know that. It's not very educational. But it does, when you get it, does have its uses, and it's very easy to use, really. It's just that, they give your details to all these people that you don't want your details given to. Let's see. Bend over. If you speak near the phone about a specific subject, later to pop up wherever you go, subway, shopping mall, etc. Okay. David Coleman, come on, guys. We're not 16-year-old girls. Stay off the apps. Okay. I am Tilt. As Alex Jones said, we are trying to bring in social credit score app. The Movin Maxine app was attempted at this. Oh my God Almighty! It's all. I mean, they're spying on you. It's like it has become like a bit of a futuristic science fiction Big Brother society. I mean, it's disturbing what maybe TikTok if it's true what they're doing, gathering information about everyone to take over the world. That's very, very disturbing. What Mark Zuckerberg appears to be doing is to have his own little, he wants to control everyone. That's the way it looks. It looks to me, anyway. That's it. Nick Ross, maybe none of you will be going anywhere. Thank you for that note of optimism. Cattle and coffee, everything is amazing and nobody is happy. Lewis C.K., okay. Kipex, I had 5 pages of apps on my mobile. I've deleted 2 pages. Paul Hoskin, I like watching the Thai girls pole dancing auditions. Okay, good for you. I do as well. I am Tilt. The apps is part of bringing in digital programmable currency and absolute tyranny. That sounds like fairly doom and gloom. That does. Kipax, pussy pics are better. I like pussy cats. Bottle Baby, Facebook limited users only. Facebook has deleted my fake account when a fake account is easy to create. I mean, it's some people have multiple Facebook accounts. I actually had a Facebook account, and then I changed mobile phones, and I couldn't remember my password. So that is still out there somewhere. I don't know how to get back into it. And then I started another Facebook account, and I forgot my password again. I got it on a mobile phone, but then I managed to get it on this laptop and my other mobile phone as well. So my problem is I just can't remember it all. I mean, with all these apps, I can't remember passwords. Paul Scott, talking about how tech has changed. I've got a guy at work who's coming in devastated because he's fallen out with somebody on VR. Reminds me of the good old days of IRC chat. Okay. Capo 17, George Orwell's book 1984 predicted all of this. Well, it was most iconic, wasn't it? Big Brother. It certainly seems like it's Big Brother, except that I think it's not so much Big Brother. I think it's more like Big Bad Brother. That's basically what it is. Time ago, the Chinese are opening police stations all over the world to monitor their own citizens who live abroad. The West does nothing about it. Okay. Citizen Mike, Gambian sausage after Gills next. Okay. Legan, some of us aren't on their phone, so we can watch out for those morons walking around glued to the phone and walking out into the street. I don't think people are walking with a bloody phone. I mean, but I don't pull my phone out in public. I don't really do that unless I'm doing a live stream or something like that. But if you've got to be careful with your phone as well. What I did notice is that when I was in where was it in Athens last year, people leave their phones on the table while they're having a dinner in a restaurant. That's just stupidity. That is these guys. They were sort of like African guys. They were walking past and we were walking towards my table. I was sitting at a pavement cafe, and blazing hot summer's day, and they had coats. They had coats over their arms. What were they wearing? What were they carrying coats for? They weren't wearing them. They had the coats over their arm, in case they just it suddenly went cold or rainy. And I knew the script. I think what they try and do, these people, is that they approach your table to try and talk to you, put the coat on the table, and then take the coat off again, and abracadabra, your mobile phone is gone. I think that's the gist of it. You've got to be wise to all of these. McLaren F1 race. I see you haven't unleashed a beast with your 1,000 plus friend request count yet. Get ready for multi-video record quest. Go on onto one, break the duck. Okay, I might just do that sometime. So to be honest with you, I don't always have the time. Sometimes I look at Facebook and I think, has anyone got anything to say, or is anything interesting going on? But then there's other times when you end up, you end up getting bombarded with this, that, and the other, and you think, I just haven't got the time for that. I haven't got the time for it. Let's see, Capo 17, a scammer alert app would be handy. A scammer alert app, yeah, that would be handy. Anyway, so let's listen. What I'm going to do now? There was another one. We'll do this some of the time. We'll do this some of the time. I'm going to finish now because I've been on for 1.5 hours anyway, and it was Yogi Bear. Wasn't the same guy that wrote 1984 that wrote Animal Farm? That's happening now. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. I think that's the gist of it. Listen, guys, I'm going to finish now because a little bit. I know it's 1.5 hours. I usually do 2 hours, but I was in 2 minds about whether I could do this until my leg's still aching anyway. So leg's still aching. But thanks for coming along tonight. Anyway, I'm going to reduce my live stream. I've been doing 4 a week, 3 on this channel and 1 on the main channel on a Thursday night recently. But I think I'll have to reduce to 2 a week, maybe Tuesdays and Saturdays on this channel, and Thursday night the travel talk. Although we talk mostly about travel on here tonight on the other channel. But it's time's getting on now. It's October, well into October. I'm going away early November, so. Better start, making a bit more plans for me travel anyway. So listen, guys. Last few Kipax, thank you. Tampa Guy, cheers. Ginger Joe, Mazza, Chaz Brown, Cats and Good Coffee, Bottle Baby, Capo. Okay, guys, thanks for coming along here tonight. Thanks for your concern anyway. Hopefully, I'm hoping to. I'm hoping to get back into. I really want to get back on the exercise because I was doing so well on the exercise, my exercise routine every day. Today, when I realised the worst thing about the pain in my leg is realising that I couldn't do my exercises today. So I probably won't be able to do them tomorrow either. But hopefully, pretty soon I'll be back getting back in shape. Listen, guys, I'll be back on Thursday night on the other channel. Cheers! Thanks for coming along, and I'll see you then. Cheers.